TxStampin Sharon. I have a really cute card today. I'm not gonna lie, a spinner card. Haven't made one in years, and I love the whole idea. So as I go through the card, I'll show you how I did it and what my inspiration was. If you've not already subscribed to my channel, you can do so below. After you subscribe, hit that little bell. You'll be notified the next time I upload a video. If I can ever help you with any of your Stampin' Up supply needs, let me know. Look at this adorable spinner card. Isn't that just too cute? It's going to be for my husband's Father's Day card. I was inspired on Pinterest. You know, sometimes I'm just over there like pinning my own stuff, but then I see something cute and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's adorable. It's been years since I've made a spinner card, so I had to kind of refresh my memory. And on my card, it doesn't quite want to roll easily. So up at the top. So that tells me that my spacing is off just a tad. So we'll discuss that on the video, but it does go all the way around. It just doesn't spin as well. So at this rate, it's never gonna make it to the 18th hole. I'm using this stamp set called Well Said. It has tons of words in there. So it was a great go-to set. I'm using the Banner Duet Punch. That is retiring. It is not going to be in the next catalog. I'm using a 1-inch circle punch that is in the next catalog. I'm using Granny Apple Green, and I used the Layering Circles framelets, and I left the framelets on here so that you could see how I did it. I didn't pick the next size circle because I wanted some gap in there, okay? So I left it like that. I used the dot to dot embossing folder, which is also not going to be in the next catalog. You could use Softly Falling to give the golf ball a little bit of texture. It is not going to be in the catalog either. So if you have a golfer in your family, you might want to think about what I'm showing. I am using the Banner Triple Punch, and this will be in the next annual catalog. Yay! It just makes such perfect banners. So, all right, you're gonna need 2 pennies. That's gonna be our spinner portion. A piece of scrap Whisper White. A piece of, since I'm using Granny Apple Green, I use Granny Apple Green. My strip is a little bit longer, but I'll tell you why as we put the card together. This is 1/2 inch by like 4.5 inches, okay? It's longer than my base. I have a piece of basic black that is 3/4 inch by 3 inches. And then I'm using the back side of the Tropical Designer Series paper. This measures probably like 3/8. It's a little bit wider or a little bit larger than the 1/2 inch mark. And it's also 3 inches. I have my Whisper White Thick card base. It is 5.5 by 8.5, scored and folded at 4 1/4. You will need a black Stampin' Up marker, or you could use a ballpoint pen. You're gonna need some dimensionals because we need that to make our spinner portion of our card. All right, first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna punch out my 1-inch circle, and this will be my golf ball. Next, so I was trying to figure out how to do my little, where's my card? My little banner, okay, and my golf tee. Did you notice the golf tee? All right, so we're gonna do the golf tee first. And the way I first tried to do it, I'm gonna walk you through because I finally came to this conclusion after doing it this way. You guys might have a smarter way, but for me, this is what I came up with. So my thought was to punch the corner. Okay, well, that makes the tee go the wrong way. I need it to dip in so that it will hold the golf ball. Well, there's my dip in part, okay? So then I just took my scissors, my snips, and I snipped like that. If the golf tee is too tall, which that is, all I did was put it back in the punch. Punch it again. Oh, that's a little wonky. Let's fix that. Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty close. All right, so we got that. Now let's put our pennies together. You're going to need to put a dimensional here on one penny, remove the backing. Then you're going to place another one on top. Like I said, it's been years since I've done this, so I had to really stop and think, but I thought, oh, it's just so cute. My husband and I go up to Tucson and we play Topgolf. We love Topgolf. We were members in Texas when we lived there, and they just built one in Tucson like a year and a half ago. All right, so I should have, let me get my paper back. I'm gonna put my backing back on because I wanna show you something. The sides of the dimensionals can be sticky, so I just rubbed the sides so that it wouldn't catch. We're gonna see if this card comes together better about the ball rolling all the way around. But you know what? I call myself the queen of boo-boo sometimes. And if I make a mistake, you might have a challenge too. And I would love to try to figure it out to help you so that you don't waste time or paper. Okay, so we're gonna move all this off. I'm gonna pull this apart. Keep our golf ball. I don't need this piece anymore. Oh, but wouldn't that be cute on the inside? I might try something. We'll just hang on to that. All right, so we have this, and as I was playing, when I first made the card, I just left it like this. I was like, man, that's kind of boring. So let's add some texture. I'm just gonna pull in a scrap piece of paper. Okay, so I know I've showed y'all this before. Because I have nails, or even if you don't have nails, if I was to sponge, I'm gonna see my nail marks, okay? So I want to try to put my nails towards each other like that, so that I just get some sponging and it's not so harsh on my card, okay? We're just giving it a little bit of grass texture. I am using Granny Apple Green on Granny Apple Green. Little tone on tone there. You know, me copying the card on Pinterest, hers is a little bit different. But you know what? That's how we all get inspired sometimes. Like me making my videos, if that inspires y'all, then that's just how we do it sometimes. You know, sometimes we can't always think up stuff. All right, I'm going to do the same thing to this strip. And I'm kind of doing it heavier, and you'll see why. This is going to be my grass. Years ago, Stampin' Up! Had a really cool tool, and it was like scissors, and it would cut grass for you. We don't have that anymore. So I'm going to take my snips, and I'm just going to make thin blades of grass. You don't want to go all the way to the edge because you'll cut the paper in half. Just going to make some thin blades. I did decide, since a couple of my slashes, my cuts, were a little close to my edge, that to give it some good support for adhesive, I was going to use the tear and tape. Since this is such a thin piece of paper, I am going to cut and not tear. So now I have grass. Look at that. Look at that grass. I'm just kind of moving it with my fingers to kind of give it some texture. So cute. Okay, so see my grass. Do a little burnishing. You could use a paper piercer. I happen to have my snips here, so I'm using my snips to remove that backing. And the first thing I want to do before I put it on there is I want to put some adhesive on my golf tee. And I'm going to put my golf tee down right at the edge. Okay. Then I'm going to lay my grass. And when you cut the paper that way, it kind of arches the paper a little bit. Does that make sense? So because of me doing that, I just like having a little bit extra that I can just cut off, but you really want to line it up across the bottom when it does that arch. You make this card, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I can easily just take this, cut it off. Okay, so now we want to grab our dimensionals again. And I'm not going to put the dimensionals on the corners. I'm pulling them in just a little bit, but I want to keep them away from the circle so that my penny has room to spin. Make sense? I just found that if I did it too close to the edge, I didn't have as much support on the inside, so that's why I did that. All right, so this card we're going to make a little bit different than what I did the first time. The first time, I put the center piece on first, and then I did this. So we're going to put this on first. Okay, all right. And we're going to put some dimensionals. Oh, we got to sponge this piece. Again, I want this in the center, not close to the edge, because I need that penny to spin around it, okay? Okay, so this time, I want to try to put the penny in, and see, we want it to be able to turn all the way around. I'm just seeing if my dimensionals are sticky, okay? All right, so this time, I don't think I can do it. I was going to try to hold it and make it go around, but I don't think I can. All right, so we're going to hope for the best. Come on. Oh, let's put the golf ball on. It'll roll better. All right, so the golf ball we're going to put on with some glue dots. And I actually decided to use 2 just in case. Well, if we put the 2 cards together, this one will roll at the top, and the other one rolls at the bottom. It's all good. You know what? My husband's not going to care. But see, I mean, isn't that cute? It looks like it's coming off of the tee. Super cute. All right, let's do our stamping of our sentiment. I'm stamping as close to the left side as I can, because I need to punch the right side for my banner punch, my banner tail. We're going to put this in here, and we're just going to take it and punch corner to corner. We do the same thing. You know, I hate having Band-Aids on my fingers, but you know how paper cuts are. They take forever to heal. What do they call that? Hazards of the business. We're just gonna add this here. And I want as much, you know, even here about on the top and the bottom. And I'm always perfectly fine if I have to snip off. I'd rather snip off than have it too short or not line up correctly. And while we're on the dimensional kick, let's just go ahead. All right, all we have to do now is make our little flag. Okay, I will have y'all know, it was bugging me that this would not spin at the bottom. So I'm gonna tell you what I did to fix it. And I don't think you can tell that bad what I did. I took my snips and I just whittled. It's not a perfect circle, however, because I'm just snipping. However, my husband's not gonna know. He's not gonna care. I don't think it's that bad. So I'm like, I gotta help them figure out how to make this work. What do y'all think? It goes all the way around now. And so, yeah, I'm a little choppy. I'm not perfectly round, but I think the eye illusion of all this white space and this perfect circle here, I don't think anybody's gonna know. Oh, well, y'all are gonna know I did it, but he's not gonna know. All right, back to the flag. I took the corner of the Banner Duet Punch. You could take either one of them, but I like the fact that, let's see if you can see it on the camera. It's got like a little, there's a flag right there forming on the end. So I just shoved the edge of my scrap of Whisper White in there. And then I cut that corner off. I'm going to put some snail. Oh, sorry. Grab the snail. Put some snail over the whole thing. And then I just cut a sliver of basic black cardstock. I mean, I can't even tell you the measurement. It's just a sliver. And I put it on my flag. And then I came over here and I was like, well, that's way too big. But I'd rather have it long than too short. So we're going to snip that there. We already have snail on the flag, but I'm going to go ahead and add some more because I've added that black strip. And we're going to put this right here. Now at Topgolf, they don't have the 18th hole. However, this is golf. Okay, so I just decided I really didn't have stamps small enough, but if I just do 18, he's gonna know what that means. He is a golfer, I'm not. I could just play with this forever. Spinner cards are great for kids. They love this movement. I need to figure out how to make some for my grandkids. So, all right, guys, I'll quit playing. Thanks for watching. Wasn't that adorable? I'm so happy, and I know my husband is going to love it. He loves Topgolf. We both do. I'm not much of a golfer, but I love Topgolf. So, happy stamping, y'all.